Today's going to be the first big day for Panda, and already I have to have the hood up. We already have a problem, but it's not a showstopper. It's just something I need to take care of to avoid being stuck in somewhere where it's standing there with jumper cables. And it turns out the engine battery in Panda is I gotta say, Aja got, you know, a good life out of it. I think it was new whenever she bought it. She's had it Panda for about 5 years roughly, and the date on the battery is, what is it, December of 2015. So, you know, it's 5 years old. That's about the expected life out of them. I could tell yesterday coming down here that, you know, even after I just shut it off, you know, the engine's already warmed up, you know, it just seemed to be lagging, like, you know, just wasn't turning over like it should be. And well, this last year, just sitting up in Washington, that's not good for them either if you don't run them regularly and they don't get that charge from the alternator. So it's about finished. And actually, a couple months ago, when Scott and Terry were back up at their property, Scotty went to start it and it wouldn't, so he put the battery charger on for a little while and it started. So that was just a couple of months ago, and you know, being summertime, it held some charge, and that's why it started for me. Even on a weak battery, you know, Panda started for me, but I can tell that it's at end of life. So I'm gonna put a fresh battery in it. Aja is taking care of all the expenses and everything, gas, the hotel I got for that one night, and anything I might need along the way. So Aja's covering all that. I talked to her last night. She says, yeah, put a fresh battery in it. We don't need to be, you know, sitting along the road somewhere and having any issues. So I'm gonna pick up a battery for it this morning. I checked it with my multimeter too. I didn't even try to start it this morning. I just knew. So I checked it with my multimeter this morning, and yeah, it's down. And then just out of curiosity, I checked that new house battery, and I decided not to hook the solar up. I could, and if I was going to be sitting anywhere for a couple of days, I would, but I'm not. You know, we're going to be driving every day, and so it gets charged from the alternator while we're driving. And then what I used last night, you know, with a couple of lights and running my laptop and you know, taking care of phones and my tablet and camera batteries, it's down to about 50%, which is, you know, it got the job done. That's fine for that deep cycle battery. And today it'll get recharged while we're driving. I still got to check the oil, yeah, and get that battery. So, all right, I know I'm walking around. I've had some good coffee and plenty of it. So, all right, I think that's it. What am I gonna do now? Yeah, I gotta check the oil. Nice. Nice. We're good to go. That's good. We've only gone about 90 miles south here from Terry and Scott's. We're in Centralia, Washington. So that's good that in 90 miles it hasn't used any noticeable oil yet. So I'm probably going to go another, still just till I establish a you know, a record. I know it burns oil. You know, the engine's tired, worn out. I know it uses some oil, so I got to keep an eye on that. You know, it's a 1,400 mile trip, and we're not quite 100 into it. So I'll probably run another 100 miles and just check it, just to kind of establish how often I need to stop and put oil in it. I think that's it under here. Well, the battery, of course. Did anybody notice anything in the last video? It's mid-October. We're in Washington, Northwest Washington, and it was blue skies, sunny, warm. That was good timing. That was nice that I was able to, you know, get Panda ready to go and get out of there on with nice weather. It could have been its usual rainy, cold, cloudy, you know, a dreary day. So you're really fortunate with the weather. And as you can see, it's pretty foggy this morning. But today I'm going to push Panda. Yes, sirree. Gonna push it. Not that I'm going to drive it fast or drive it hard, but drive it I am. This could be its first big day. I would like to get, you know, the rest of the way out of Washington, part way into Oregon. You know, if we can get a good, say 300 mile, 400 mile, that's going to be a good bit. It really is. That's what we're shooting for today. I want to get back down to where it's going to be warmer and sunnier. She's got a job to do, and we're gonna get it done. I hope. All right, just got out of Walmart. Got a Max Everstart battery, group size 78, and it's actually like a new and improved one. It has more cold cranking amps, regular cranking amps and cold cranking amps than the original, so it's a new and improved battery. And it doesn't get much fresher than that. Wow. These must have just arrived. That's this month, manufactured this month. So yeah, let's get that guy in there and get on with things. Okay, it should turn over a little better. Well, this should sound better. It should turn over like really fast now. It turns over better, but you can tell it's a tired engine. It doesn't just fire right up. It definitely got off the business pretty quickly, though.
Head northwest toward Northwest Arkansas Way.
Well, here we go again. All right, we gotta stop and get gas. I have no idea how big this gas tank is, but yesterday we used like from 3/4 of a tank down to about a quarter tank. That's a half a tank in 90 miles. I'm not sure how I was sitting when I looked at it. We gotta get gas. Yeah. Okay, Panda. Let's do our thing here.
Right onto Northwest Arkansas Way.
Yeah, if we can get out of Washington in a good ways.
At the traffic circle,
Okay.
take the third exit onto Northwest Louisiana Avenue.
Okay, directions. If we can get, you know, out of Washington well into Oregon today, you know, 300 miles or so, that's gonna be fantastic. Let's just keep our fingers crossed and smooth going and
Exit the traffic circle onto Northwest Louisiana Avenue.
okay.
In a quarter mile at the traffic circle, take the second exit and stay on Northwest Louisiana Avenue.
Well, she's running smooth this morning. We're gonna make a stop up here real quick. There's a Les Schwab tire center here about a half a mile, and these are brand new tires and wheels, you know, custom aluminum wheels on Panda. They were bought at Les Schwab, and when you're a Les Schwab customer, I guess you can go in for free tire rotations and pressure checks, and I guess they really take care of you. I'm not a Les Schwab customer, but
Exit the traffic circle onto Northwest Louisiana Avenue, then your destination will be on the right.
but hopefully I'll just say, you know, Aja is, and I'll show them the paperwork dang it, and say that this vehicle was here and got all new stuff. Les Schwab, big place. Yeah, hopefully they take care of us here.
Your destination is on the right.
Well, the girl inside just said pull it around onto the big truck slab and let them know what you need. So good, good, good. Here we are on the big truck slab. All right, see what they have to say here. I'll be right back, girl. Gonna get Panda's tires checked. Hopefully we have a nice, safe, long trip today. You gonna lay down? All right. Okay, the fella said they'd have somebody out as soon as they can. Let's hope that's in a couple of minutes, not in an hour. Yep, those are brand new custom aluminum wheels and tires. Well, they're a little dirty. Yeah, they're definitely a little dirty. But, yeah, so is Panda. And I think Aja was actually, when it was back in, back last year, before we found out the engine was kind of done on its last leg, she did want to put a new engine in it. She did want to give it a fresh paint job. And that is probably still going to be in the works. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't give the interior a complete new remodel, give it a repaint. And you know what? The truth is, driving a Panda, I know it's not the prettiest thing. It's looking a little rough around the edges, but it actually goes down the road pretty solid. As far as any, you know, rattles and squeaks go, I know, you know what, I've seen different stuff said online on different channels about this rig, but of course they don't know it. You know, people haven't been close to it or in it or rode in it. They don't know what its true condition is. Just because it's rough looking doesn't mean it is. So it does need a fresh engine, and actually I feel a little bit of play in the steering, you know, probably some ball joints and tie rod ends, a little bit of front end work, or front suspension work. Fresh paint job. Yeah. The internet, there's no shortage of experts on the internet, I'm gonna tell you that, okay? Anyway, we'll see what happens. This may just end up on Roger's property. It could, you know, get an interior remodel and kind of serve as like a guest house. She may just put it down there, and just because that's where she wants it, and a lot of memories here. Maybe it'll just turn into a storage shed, or maybe it'll get a whole new life. Time will tell. Well, they seem very professional here. Guy come out. Anybody help you yet? I said, no. He says, somebody be right with you. So we'll see. Smile on his face. That's what customers like. After sitting for a year, them tires are still up in pressure. All 6 tires are good to go. Well, 75 to 80 pounds in them, 80s max. That's, we're good. I'm happy with that. How much? Wow, $2.85 a gallon. I guess it's probably not too awful being in Washington. I have no idea how big the tank is in Panda, but this is it. Give her a nice big drink and we're gonna be on the road. And the fog has lifted. It's at least partly blue skies and sunny. Good. Good. Let us get out of Washington into Oregon today. Let our troubles be few. Or nil. That'd be better. Yeah, the first big day. Panda's first big day. But I don't know. I probably already said I'm gonna push her. Not hard, not fast, but she's gonna get driven today. 1,303 miles left to go. All right, we're done. Panda, are you ready? Are you ready?
Take the next right onto Northwest Chamber of Commerce Way, then use the right lane to take the I-5 South ramp.
I see you're on the road.
To take the I-5 South ramp.
I am. just leaving, whatever the hell it's called, Centralia. I put the battery in this morning, and well, first I pumped myself full of coffee, and then I went and I put the battery in this morning, and then I went to Les Schwab and had the tire pressure checked, and I just put gas in it. So we're on the on-ramp to I-5. So here we go. I'm gonna push Panda today. I'm gonna push Panda hard today. But not hard as in going fast or driving her hard, but she's got a job to do, and we're gonna, you know, we gotta get the job done. So she's gonna have to try to get 200 or 300. Gonna try to get maybe 300 miles in today. Just kind of taking our time doing it, you know. Well, we didn't make it very far. Not that there's anything wrong with Panda. We just came up to the very first rest area, probably 30 miles, maybe. Take Bella back out for a little walk here and have a late breakfast. Really kind of settle in for we're gonna be a while. Even going 300 miles, we're only going 55, 60 mile an hour. Panda seems to kind of settle in and like that. It just seems a good pace. And I looked at Google Maps again. Our route is going to go down the long way around, which puts an extra 100 miles on the trip, but less mountain ranges to have to climb over. So we're going way down through California, and we're not going to head across the mountains till we get pretty far south. Like where we're at going out in Arizona, we're coming down almost the whole way in California, going to cut over at the last minute and go east towards Arizona. So that's the strategy of avoiding big mountains. We're certainly not going the way we came in the Dodge Challenger. No, there was some, we went over some mountains with that. I guess that's it. Oh, Aja called to check in on me, how we were doing this morning, and I did give her the same update what I've already showed you, the checking the tire pressure and the getting gas, putting the battery in it, and all that was taken care of. We were just getting on the road on the exit, and that's it. And she said, okay, I'll let you go, travel safe. So we're gonna settle in for a while here now. We'll check back in down the road when we get down the road a little further, see how things are going. We're on our way. Back on Interstate 5, going south. We're gonna get out of Washington, heading for Oregon. That's the only destination right now. Nothing more specific than that. One step at a time. We get into Oregon successfully, then we'll reevaluate down there after a couple hundred miles and see how Panda's doing, see what time of day it is, see what's around. The speed limit is 70 miles an hour. We're doing 58. Speed trap or somebody. Oh, that's the second trucker I've seen pulled over this morning. Slow it down a little bit, truckers. worry about a speeding ticket today or tomorrow. I was lucky in the Dodge Challenger on the way up. I seen plenty of people pulled over, but I wasn't pulled over. Well, of course, I wasn't speeding either. You know, that's my story. Maybe 100 or so. It's not a whole lot, but you know, we're just going to chip away at this trip. I think we're at a point now, yeah, after 100 miles or so, we're going to take a break and check the oil. And the brakes have been doing really good. Just running really smooth and steady. I think my only concern is, at this point, is according to the oil gauge, Panda only, even when full, only develops a little bit over 20 psi, or pounds of oil pressure. But it's been steady. So I guess that's, you know, as long as there's oil pressure and the oil's flowing, we should be okay. But that's my only concern. It's running really, really good. It's running quiet and smooth. I'm pretty optimistic about making the entire trip successfully. But when we get way down into California and start heading east, there will be two major mountain passes, so that's going to be a challenge. But for now, we're in good shape. Somewhere up here, about another 4 miles, we're going to get off the interstate. Let her rest a little bit, check her oil. I don't know if we're going to go any further today or not. He might just be happy with what we've done and, you know, continue tomorrow. We'll see. Looks like a good place to park. Take a break. Nice and level, good place to check the oil. No overnight parking, so we'll have to figure something else out for later. Well, here we are again. This is going to be key to making the trip. Yeah, yeah, she's using some oil. We're about a quart. Maybe a quart and a little bit low. And actually we went 136 miles today. Well, yeah, since Centralia, Washington. So I should check the oil every 100 miles just to be safe. And there's about 1,200 miles to go. Even if it takes a quart, it's 14 quarts of oil. Roughly, basically. I have 5 with me, so we'll have to stop and get more at some point. All right.
Mission Street southeast for half a mile.
Okay, we're gonna press on for about another 30 miles. Down to a different Walmart that has a Home Depot right next door, so we're pretty much guaranteed a place to park tonight. Yep, the sun's getting low. It is about time to call it a day. I'm not gonna travel at night, I don't think. Not today, anyhow. I think we're gonna get an early start tomorrow. I'm going to try to better establish this oil consumption. Maybe go 100 miles and see if it needs a quart, another 100 miles, see if it needs another quart, you know, see how close it is to a quart per 100 miles. Maybe it's a little bit more, that'd be great, but still have another 1,200 miles to go. I need to be aware of, you know, when to stop. Now, keep in mind the dash cam, these cameras automatically adjust. It is darker than what they show. And this is a little bit embarrassing. There's going to be a new rule on the trip that I'm not going to drive at nighttime. Because it's dark and getting dark enough now that people have their headlights on. And if you can see the smoke rolling out of the back of Panda, it doesn't, you don't see it as bad in the bright daytime. But it starts getting dark with them headlights, it's actually a little bit embarrassing. So that's what happens when you have a worn out engine and it's burning oil. And that's what's happening. It has a broken ring in cylinder number 5. So excessive oil is getting past it and burning it off. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is. And a sheriff just passed me, so it's not that bad. It's not cutting down on everybody's visibility. You know, it's not that bad. But it's bad enough that, you know, you can see it a bit. And obviously Panda uses oil. This is the source of the problem. Yeah, we're just going to do daytime driving. At least it's not as noticeable and embarrassing. We have 6.4 more miles to go. We're going to call it a day. And it'll be daylight driving only the rest of the trip. We're going to go get parked for the night and get ready for a new day tomorrow. Hopefully we put in more miles than we got in today, but steady as she goes. Thanks for coming along today. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be back soon. I'll see you.